What we are often seeing here is the body compensating for what is missing. And that's different from settling. Compensation is the body trying to correct an imbalance in the quickest way it can through cravings, holding on, or irregular signals. And compensation is a temporary fix. Settling happens when the body receives what it actually needs consistently and at the right time. And that's when things begin to shift more naturally. Eating lightly can feel like the right thing to do, especially when weight gain is a concern. But when it leads to irregular eating, snacking, and never quite feeling satisfied, it very often has the opposite effect. What made the difference wasn't eating less, it was eating more consistently, more structure, more nourishment at the right time, less snacking, think rhythm, not rules. As promised in the intro, if this feels familiar, there's no need to change everything at once. Very often, eating lightly isn't random. It can come from quiet concern that eating something more substantial, especially at lunch, might lead to gaining more weight or feeling heavy in the afternoon. So meals become smaller, lighter, but also less satisfying. And over time, the body starts to look everywhere for what's missing. This is often sneaking up quietly, which is why one small shift can make a noticeable difference. A meal that is substantial enough to carry you through. For example, when lunch is truly nourishing, the body often settles and doesn't ask for anything more shortly after. It has enough to work with, enough to digest, absorb, and sustain energy through the afternoon. From here, you can simply start noticing. Do you feel satisfied after your meals? Or do you reach for something shortly after? Is your lunch nourishing or more of a quick and light option? Do your meals happen at roughly the same time each day? And if you want to experiment, try making one meal a day more substantial. And this works particularly well with lunch. And see what happens when you eat without snacking in between. Notice how your body responds to a little more consistency. Consistency matters more than intensity. Here's something you might experience based on the same principle, but in a slightly different context. In the body, everything is connected, which means the cause isn't always where the symptoms appear. For example, dryness is often associated with vata, but in practice, it's not always that simple. Sometimes what looks like vata, dryness, is actually driven by increased pitta, heat that gradually dries out the tissues. If we're only focusing on vata without addressing the underlying heat, the dryness may stay the same or even increase. Again, the surface doesn't tell the full story. This is about learning how to observe patterns more clearly.